welcome to Nerd On Update. Oh, God, I always say Nerd On Update. The Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the nerdy things that excite us, and the second half of the show where we answer questions from you, the listeners. And we don't introduce the host because you should be listening to our main show. This is just our weekly show to talk about the nerdy stuff that we want to talk about. And Corey's got a lot of news. So
yes,
how about you go first?
Oh, okay. Damn it, you got at my own game, beaten at my own game.
Yes, absolutely.
Am I going first?
Yes, you are.
I thought you just said, so I'm going to go first.
No, I said, so how about Corey, you go first?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Knights of the Old Republic coming at you. The Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power coming at you. September 2nd, we have our official release date. Very exciting because that is my wife's birthday. So I text her and I was like, I guess we know what we're doing for your birthday. And she's like, actually, I'm super game for that. And I was like, yes, I got the right one. So we got a obviously a title reveal, a date reveal, and you can watch the video online now. And there's a behind the scenes making of the title sequence, which is really cool because it's not all CG. There's a lot of liquid metals, molten stuff, just like we saw in the original movie.
Hazers.
But it's all... I mean, there's probably some added on top of it, maybe some smoke, some obviously color correcting, all that stuff, but it's pretty much all shot in camera with practical effects, and it's very, very cool. Highly recommend you check that out. But I'm super, super excited for this. Obviously, Lord of the Rings fan. Yeah, tentative in my own ways, but looking forward to giving it a shot and seeing what it's gonna entail. The other news I have a little sadder. Been bringing. I feel like every update we've had to have, this kind of R.I.P. baby, Louie Anderson, who I grew up with knowing from like cartoons and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but many people remember him from Family Feud and more recently Baskets, where I believe he won an Emmy for his performance on that. And Tom is checking that now. Passed away, and that's a tough one for me. Again, not that old, which is like I feel like, you're
correct.
Is won an Emmy.
Won an Emmy for Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series for playing Christine Baskets.
There you go. If you haven't checked out that show, please do so. So passed away at 68. To a battle with cancer. So fuck cancer. That's all I got to say about that. That is the end of my news. Bring us up a little bit, Tom.
Well, in some DC news from the DC boy.
There it is. I thought you were going to do it for a sec.
Yeah. The official.
Yeah.
I'm trying, man. I'm holding together. The official runtime for the Batman was just released at 2 hours and 55 minutes. Everyone's calling it a 3-hour movie. I think it has like 8 minutes of credits and X, Y, and Z. And the way that the internet loves to talk about things, because the internet can never just be happy and it can never be satisfied. It always has to make everything a controversy, a polarizing effect. We're not allowed to just like things anymore. Film Twitter was like, oh, this is too long. You should tell a movie within 2 hours. And that kind of just got created by some, to me, bad faith wannabe filmmakers. Like, not gonna lie, legit people who are like, I'm a better filmmaker. I'm like, no, you're not.
I don't get it, man. I mean, y'all loved Endgame, and that was
what,
3.5 hours.
But that's also the crazy thing, where it's like all of the like publications are like, oh, Batman's gonna be one of the longest comic book movies ever. I'm just like, we just had Endgame and we just had the Snyder. What the hell are you talking about?
Wasn't Infinity War pretty high up there?
I think it was like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. So I mean, like I it's whatever. It's just weird, like the kind of like, this is the first time 3-hour long movies exist. I'm like, no, it's not, my buddy.
My dude, as I always say. Yeah, Endgame was 3 hours and 2 minutes. Get over yourself.
So it's weird. Yeah, and this kind of like sparked. I wrote down the Batman as my news thing on the thing, but this kind of just sparked a little bit. And I apologize for everyone. Never try to make this a negative place, but God, just the internet, shut up sometimes. God, just shut the fuck up. Because this brings into my second part of the thing that I want to talk about. Everyone lost their goddamn minds over the green M&M.
Oh,
You know about this, right?
this is the dumbest thing. Yeah, there's like
okay, so
the
this
actual quote. Are you going to read the actual quote from Tucker
no,
Carlson?
I don't. That one is stupid. The main line that he needs to be talked about and quoted is Eminem will not stop until every animated character is unattractive and androgynous and someone you would not want to take out for a drink.
Yeah.
Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. This is what I'm going to say. Look, if you feel like it's inclusive, sure. Does it change anyone's lives, really? Not mine, 0%. So there's zero reason for me to care at all. Like, do whatever you want. If you really want to be progressive, give all the females pockets. Second thing, for all the people who are like, oh, not attractive. Like, look, the internet exists. You could just find those things if you want to. Also, it doesn't change your life at all. It's just there to sell products. It's a chocolate M&M. Who cares?
Was it the green and brown? Both? Got a little
I think
update?
it was just the green one. I think she just got like sneakers and then she's just wearing like pants like everyone else.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. If you want it, sure, you can have it.
Yeah,
but if you don't like it, it doesn't change your life. It literally
it's like
doesn't
when they were
change
like,
your life.
we're not taking away Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. We're just adding other ones to the line, and everyone's like, I can't take this. It makes no sense to me. And you're like, Jesus, like you're not buying Mr. Potato Heads anymore. You're 56. Chill.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, to me, but also, I feel this is the fucked up thing. Everyone here watching and listening, I feel like you have a lot of things going on in your life. You have, your own journeys, your own aspirations, the things you love that we talk about on this show, but also your own, mental journeys and growth. The way a green M&M dresses is literally the smallest thing on your radar. Yeah. But the people who give so much of a shit about it probably have nothing else going on in their lives. So that's just something how I think about it. Other than that, I got no other news. I think that was our shortest news segment ever.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, it was just a lot of exciting stuff. I could extend the news. I could talk about how Halo pushed their season 2 another 2 months, so we won't be getting that till May instead of February.
How do you feel? Is that good or bad?
That's bad for me because in May I'll be a bit busy. Means the co-op was also pushed as well, so we're not going to be able to get that co-op in February anymore. It's pushed to May, which is also like rough. But what they are including in the season 2 pass, they made a lot of great changes to season 1. Season 2 pass, you can earn in-game currency in the season 2. So right now, anytime you want to buy something for the store, you got to shell out some dollars for those microtransactions, baby. But they're adding a way for those who have completed, as far as my understanding goes, and I'm happy to be correct on this. Once you've completed the battle pass, there are ways for you to continue to earn in-game currency to buy these skins and all that kind of stuff. They've also made everything cheaper in the store, so across the board.
I guess if we're tacking on a little bit of factoids,
this is where Josh would be talking, and we're not Josh.
And this is also where Josh loses his mind. He's like, guys, they're ruining the structure of the show. The day after we did our update last week, the Cuphead animated series for Netflix.
That's
dropped,
right.
And
my buddy did animation on that. So shout out to Adam Faye.
Yeah, shout out. Everyone's really excited about it, and what other kind of grand hurrah for hand-drawn animation is there than Cuphead coming to a big streamer service like Netflix? So that's really cool. And then again, more with the you weren't there last week. I said as we're recording, the Moon Knight trailer dropped. I didn't watch it. Today, the Guillermo del Toro heavily anticipated Pinocchio film trailer dropped. It's a teaser.
You watch?
I have not watched it, but I did look up the cast. And Corey, guess who plays a talking cricket?
Plays Jiminy Cricket.
In the credits, it says talking cricket.
Oh, Sam Rockwell.
Ewan McGregor.
I almost said it. I was between the two. I was like, it's either Ewan McGregor or Sam Rockwell, and Sam Rockwell. It makes sense. Ewan McGregor would be the one.
Which I'm excited about. Yeah, I think with
I
that,
almost said it. I should have just said it. Yeah, let's get into our next part of the show where we take questions from you, the people. If you would like to submit questions, there's 1,000 different ways, but our overlord and president Josh has made a one easy way, and that's nerdon.tv/questions. It lists every single way you could submit a question from anybody. Just send it in. We'll see if we can answer it. Such questions as...
the first question, which I'm going to say this is a question that...
Oh, I blew it. You're also, if you want to get something we call the Nerd On Nudge, join our Patreon, nerdon.tv/Patreon, and you get Patreon. That's our baking site.
Get some
Sorry,
pastries on.
That's our baking site. Patreon, and you can get that Nerd On Nudge and get your questions answered first. Such questions as...
Well, I think all the wind has gone out of this sail, but this one I think was kind of directed to you, Corey.
Yeah.
This was from Spencer. Shout out. Which M&M is best, and why is it peanut butter?
Because it has peanut butter in the middle. It's a little mini. It's like Reese's Pieces, which are great. Don't get me wrong. I love myself some Reese's Pieces at the movie theaters, but they're just giant Reese's Pieces with the same amount of chocolate but more peanut butter. They're the perfect snack. And I know y'all go on about peanut M&Ms, but that's not right. Too crunchy, and it's too you don't get that like sweetness from the peanut butter the same way. Yeah, it's just a good combination. That crunchy shell with the soft
J.K. Simmons
butter.
is crying right now. Crying with his Oscar.
Crying all the way to the bank for every commercial he does.
Yeah. Favorite M&M and why? Which is, I thought was really funny. I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna pick this question, and we talk about the M&Ms today.
Yeah.
I think the brownie ones they had last year were pretty good.
I didn't have that one.
Yeah, they had like a little soft like center and all that stuff. It was kind of nice. I'm not saying it's the best. I like the old fashioned ones. Not gonna lie.
Just straight up M&Ms.
Yeah, I mean, also, what other kind of? How many M&M
There's
kinds
like caramel
are there?
pretzel. There's the peanut. There's almond M&Ms. There's one with like a chocolate, like a more chocolate inside, like maybe dark chocolate M&Ms. Yeah, there's the crispy M&M.
The worrying thing about me looking up what M&Ms are, I'm just like, are they going to give me the stupid controversy?
M&M minis. Oh, I used to love M&M minis. That was
I used to love minis. Yeah, minis just
in the tube and just shoot them back like a shot.
Yeah. So there's milk chocolate, which is Billy West, red, yellow which is the peanut, and then there's peanut butter,
orange,
which is Orange Boy, I believe so, and then there's fudge brownie.
Yeah, that's the
that's all they
one.
got, I think, right now.
The blue one is almond.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be probably my runner-up, to be honest.
I'm on their website, and you know what? It's really hard to find.
I'm more of an almond guy than as much as I love peanut butter, when it comes to like a nut in a candy, I'm all about that almond life.
Oh man, have you ever been on the M&M's website?
I can't say that I have, Tom.
You could like make your own bag with the colors that you want.
I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna stop the show real quick. Hold on one sec.
I'm not gonna lie, guys.
I'm looking this up right now.
We can make nerd on bags of M&Ms. The little purple and a little blue and then a little pink. Yeah,
just M&M.com.
M&Ms.com.
And then you go design your own. Okay, hold on a sec.
Run from me, guys. You can make your own bags. Sorry, we're totally interrupting all this the question section for us just go on the internet. Oh my god, guys, this is like an actual Twitch stream at this point.
I'm gonna try to throw it up on the screen here so people can see what we're doing.
Oh,
give me just a sec. I'm gonna make it
happen.
Glad
you're editing it.
I probably won't for the for the VOD. Sorry, y'all. Go watch our Twitch.
We want to go to the next question?
Yeah, sure. I'm still doing this.
Okay. I'm going to the next question. Easy question. Tomasilla Rio asks, if Wolfman bit Spider-Man, would he become a wolf Spider-Man?
If Wolfman bit Spider-Man, it's up on the screen right now. Are you watching?
I saw that.
Hold on. So what do we do here? We do.
Okay, we're still on the M&Ms.
We're still on the M&Ms. So like we could choose up to 3 colors. So we could do like our dark pink, and then purple, right? And light
Purple.
blue.
Yeah. And then a light blue, like an electric
So there's like
blue.
Nerd On M&Ms. And
yeah,
then
baby.
$50. Oh, but it's 2 pounds. It's 2 pounds though. That's quite a lot.
It's a lot of M&Ms.
I'm not saying I'm telling the Nerd On Nation what I want for my birthday in the mail to our PO box, but I'm also not saying that either. Anyway, what's the next question?
Next question. Again, from Thomas Rio. If Wolfman bit Spider-Man, would he become Wolf Spider-Man?
Spider Wolf.
Spider-Wolf? I think he would be Wolf Spider-Man. Like
Wolf Spider-Man?
Because the thing, so this is a cool thing. Again, everyone, if you want to check out the Spider-Man, read The Other. It's a collection of Peter Parker's mutation getting stronger, and it's when he doesn't have to use the cartridges anymore, when his webs actually come out of his body. And it's literally like he grows 4 arms, and he tries to go ask, I think, the Fantastic Four what to do because it was a radioactive spider. And then he goes to ask the X-Men, and everyone's like, we don't know what's going on. And then like he like goes inside himself and like realizes he's fighting against the inner spider of himself, and it's this battle of like, does the man win or does the spider win? And so at the end of the day, he's Spider-Man. He's like, no matter what, he's always Spider-Man. He's always going to be Spider-Man. It's not a power he has to turn on. But yeah, I would say like once a month he turns into a wolf man.
All right, I'm behind that. I can get behind that.
Yeah,
Spider Wolf man, Wolf Spider-Man.
Yeah,
there it is. There's your answer.
I don't know if it's a doppelganger. I'm seeing it in the chat. Someone asking about the doppelganger. I know there was a doppelganger
Spiders, man.
in the Infinity Gauntlet saga because Thanos made a bunch of doppelgangers, which was weird.
You know what Wolf Spiders Man is? Wolf
a bunch
Spiders
of wolf
Man
spiders
is that thing where there's 3 wolves who are bit by radioactive spiders, and like much like children in a trench coat, they're standing on each other's shoulders to create one human man.
That's creepy.
Yeah, Wolf Spiders Man.
We'll do the last question of the pre-selected ones in the bin from the Discord. And this is going to be from Brad. I really like this question. You're giving a comic book character the Bloodborne treatment. Who is it, and how have you Bloodborne them?
I don't know what that means.
So Bloodborne, you're going for gothic, cathedral, Lovecraftian.
Oh, I do understand that. I thought it meant like in the game Bloodborne, something happens to make you a Bloodborne. And I was like, I don't know what that process looks like.
No, so they really say like there's something in the blood, and it's the old blood and the all that stuff. And so you can make them more like what's that called? Frenzied or feral, because there are people who, succumb to madness and stuff like that. And then they can grow tentacles or become this kind of like eldritchy monsters kind of thing. So, I will go first. So I'll give you a chance to think about it, Corey.
I have 2 in my head.
I would say
yes
that my Bloodborne comic book character, for some reason, my mind went straight to Mr. Fantastic.
Ooh, okay.
And
I dig it.
Instead of him being like straight up and like full bodied most of the time, he would literally just be kind of like shriveled, wrinkled, long armed.
Oh, gross.
Like long. His arms are like thinned out, so it's like toilet paper.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
But then like black like tars coming out of his mouth, and his eyes only gleam like bright white lights. Yeah, and the only thing he's doing is just asking. He's like, Susan. And then that's him. Yeah.
So it's got to be Wolverine then.
Okay.
And it's very feral. Obviously, it's an easy one. But the whole time, instead of Susan, he's going, "Who am I?" And
but what about my past?
Tubes and glass. But yeah, I would love to see a Bloodborne Wolverine.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
The other one was Nightcrawler, obviously, but he's already a little
demony. I mean, the cool thing is I was trying to look for like even bright characters who were like,
what about like Cyclops?
Cyclops, shooting beams is kind of. I mean, the thing is, there are people who shoot beams, and it's like magic in any Soulsborne game is just OP as hell.
Sure,
but him, I honestly would make it where like he's constantly shooting a beam, but it's only white light. And like the thing is like you just can't You just can't go head to head him. You have to go. You have to block against him, and I'll definitely make it where he has all the straps, but all the straps are like blood vials and stuff like that.
This is my new favorite game. I'm just gonna start throwing you X-Men and saying Bloodborne. This one.
Bloodborne,
what does it look like?
All
right. Next question.
No, well, now we go into some of the questions from last week in the chat.
Yes.
Let's start with Black Diablo Mamba. Question: choose one person. Choose right now. So choose one person.
Tom. No, Josh.
Okay. I'll choose Julie.
Oh.
You are able to read their minds and understand how they feel about themselves and life. Now, the catch is you can't turn it off for 24 hours. Do you feel like you wouldn't talk to them for a while or have a mutual bond with them?
Bond. I mean, easy. Easy. We already, Tom, especially Tom, Josh, and I talk about so much deep shit anyway. Like, it's wouldn't change much, I don't think. I think I already, to a degree, obviously, that someone else can understand someone else and not actually be them. I have a pretty deep understanding for these guys. And so I feel like it would just make me want to talk more with Josh and be like, hey, man, weird thing happened yesterday. I got all your thoughts on how you feel about yourself. Let's figure this out. Yeah.
I would, with Julie, I would just say, I'm so sorry you thought of me this way. I'm not as terrible as you think. No, but Julie and I have actually chatted quite a bit actually on Discord. These last few months have been pretty difficult for me, and she was a really good person to reach out and just try to be there and all that stuff. And of course, I have friends in here in LA and all that stuff, including Corey and Josh that I talked to. But it was really nice. So I think at that point, we definitely got a little closer and just kind of just like really are rooting for each other in a positive way. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Next question.
Yes.
All right. Ooh. Okay. This one is from Julie. I don't know what question this was brought up by, but it was kind of in part of another one. But this is how the question's going to go. You can only keep one game in your library to pay. I think we did this one. You only have one. You can only keep one game in your library to play for the rest of your time. What is it? I think you said Knights of the Old Republic.
I said either said Knights of the Old Republic or the Halo Master Chief Collection because it's every single Halo.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know what game I selected. Well, I'll answer it this time, and we'll make it a quick question.
There's my answer. Halo Master Chief Collection because it's all the Halos.
One game in your library play for the rest of time. I would probably do The Witcher.
All right.
Because it's a long game.
Not Spider-Man?
No, I could beat that game and I'd be like, I'm over it. Where The Witcher, it's like, I'm going to be stuck playing Gwent for the rest of my life. And then when
That's
I'm
what it
done,
turned into for me.
Yeah.
I never actually finished Witcher 3 because I got so sidetracked with Gwent.
I still haven't played it.
Gwent came out and I was like, well, this is all I want to do.
Yeah, and then I was like, all right, now I'm just going to do all the boxing rounds. Okay, now I'm going to just do all the bounties. Now I'm just going to do the actual main, there's so much to do in Witcher, so. And I've been reading the book, so shout out to
Julie says, Jack. I'm terrible at Gwent. I'm not great either, but I have a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm really good at Gwent.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm really good at Gwent because I only have cards that what is it that you can let your opponent play a card or steal a card or something like that?
Oh, don't get me wrong. In The Witcher, I'm great at Gwent, but the actual Gwent game itself, where it's all about deck building and there's extra cards and shit, got lost.
Maybe I should try.
You should, dude. You should stream some Gwent. That's what you should do. I think it's free.
I'll see what happens. We'll see. All right, let's go. Next question. Next question is sorry, I'm like, what's a good question?
Or put some in the chat and we'll try to answer them today.
Yeah. Okay. This is from 1992, Johnny Horror.
Shout out.
Question: What is your homemade jambalaya food?
Like, what's our go-to comfort food or
jambalaya food?
Like a
I think this is kind of like a mix. A mainly meat and vegetables mixed with rice.
Oh, mine's it's gonna be like an egg dish of some sort. Although now I have a corn chowder that I like to make a lot. Yeah, go-to comfort food, he said in the
Okay.
chat.
Okay.
Or they
Okay.
said in the chat, excuse me.
Yeah.
My go-to comfort food is grilled cheese and tomato soup. So I have like 4 different versions depending
Homemade.
on
Okay.
how I'm feeling.
Mm.
Where there's the like artisan one where I'm putting like garlic in the crust and the types of cheeses I've pre-selected and all that kind of stuff. And the tomato soup I'm gonna make with like roasted red bell peppers and chili flakes. And then there's the sick day, I'm not feeling great and I need to be comforted, which is specifically home pride wheat bread, which is like a white bread essentially. Kraft American cheese and Trader Joe's tomato soup with a little extra pepper in it. And that's like my go-to when I need comfort.
I
Dink
would
it and sink it.
say so. You had 4 types of grilled cheese.
I have like, I mean, 4 like varying levels depending on like.
The tough thing about comfort food to me, I kind of think of like there should be a kind of simplicity in making it. And the way I make mashed potatoes is not simple at all. Mashed potatoes is probably one of my biggest comfort foods.
I don't think there
but
needs
the
to
one,
be a simplicity in it for comfort food. I think it's just
well,
whatever. If it's what makes you feel good and comfortable. There's plenty of comfort food and soul foods that are actually very difficult to make, but when done right,
but
it's
how
like,
but how often do
oh,
you make
shit.
it and you're comfortable making it? You know, like that's the thing where it's
That's
like, oh,
true.
it takes a long time to fucking make this thing.
Depends on who you are, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a few recipes that take all day, and I will do it all the time.
Well,
like Kevin makes stews constantly.
Well, for me, like I like a really easy, quick thing I make and I like making, is fried rice. It's just a simple fried rice. And I think I'm pretty good at it. I remember one time, like several people, like last year, messaged me on Instagram, like literally saying, like, "I miss your fried rice." I'm like, Jesus, like really
And then
think
I
about that
sent one
shit?
message to Tom. I was like, I miss your mom's Paolo so much. I've thought about it for 4 years.
Yeah,
That's my comfort food. I changed my answer.
Polo.
Yeah.
So next question.
Yeah.
Next question on is going to be from Ethan who.
All right. Shout out.
Is cereal a soup?
Fuck you.
Yes, it's a cold soup.
No, it's not a soup.
It's a cold soup.
It's just milk and wheat grain.
It's like gazpacho. Gazpacho is cold soup.
There's no water in it. It's milk.
So
It's milk and it's a wheat rice.
there are some soups you can make milk based.
No. It's cereal. That's what it is. It's called cereal. And it's cereal.
Milk is
and
the
soup
broth.
is soup. This is how I always pitch it to someone. If someone's like, "Hey, you want some soup?" and they fucking walk in with wheat thins or like, what's it called, frosted mini wheats, you'd be like, "This is not soup." And they go, "No, it's soup. The milk's the broth." You'd be like, "This person's crazy. I'm gonna get murdered tonight." That's what's happening, and you sneak out.
Corey, I think we have written Creep 3 for Mark Duplass.
I know milk is in soups. I know that, but this is not soup. It's not soup. I would be closer to saying oatmeal is a soup than cereal is a soup.
No, oatmeal's a porridge.
It is oatmeal and porridge and fucking
But is
cream
porridge
of wheat.
a soup?
It's closer than cereal is.
Want one for me? The next question.
I don't feel good.
I need to make my grilled cheese and tomato soup now,
Yeah, I gotta
Tom.
go make grilled cheese and tomato soup now. Thanks, Ethan.
All right. Next
Love
question.
You. Kidding. Yeah.
All right. This one's from
Please.
Brad. Bad reprint. Question. This one's for everyone, but mostly for Tom.
All right.
If you can get Zack Snyder to direct a movie or a series based off any existing media, what would you have him direct besides comic book properties?
Any Halo.
Halo? You want Zack Snyder to do Halo?
Hell yeah, I want either Zack Snyder or Guillermo del Toro to do Halo, and those are my top choices. Those are my top choices. Yeah, if we're doing one about the flood, Guillermo del Toro. If we're doing one that's more based on the Covenant or even the Banished, Zack
Oh.
Snyder because it's political based.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Covenant or how their faith belief around the Halo system. Yeah, that'd be really good.
It's Halo all day.
I would I'm seeing Gears of War in the chat. You know what I wouldn't mind if he did either Evangelion
Oh shit.
or Gundam.
All right.
Cause he would make the fights badass as shit.
He'd make them
and
what?
Badass.
Thank you.
But in Evangelion, again, a lot of religious undertones. He's very good about like kind of, like making you see the symbolism in there. But also Gundam is so much about like, yo, people just get recruited into war and it sucks.
Yeah.
And it's terrible.
That's the same thing I would want him for Halo is like they also have the UNSC side of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the United Nations Space Command. And how the draft works there, or how these young Marines are sent out. I think Master Chief was created, all the Spartans are created basically in a lab, and they're stolen children, and created. I think he was like 15 when he went on his first mission, and he was like 7 foot something and totally enhanced. It's fucked up. So I would love Zack Snyder to dive in all that too. Same thing with Guillermo.
I also do like the idea of him doing Reach and just having that team. And those are all Spartan 3s, right? Yeah. So, and then you can have them talk about Spartan 2s and stuff. I do like that.
They're all Spartan 3s, except I believe George is a Spartan 2.
I do like the Gears of War, especially the fact that Dave Bautista said that he would want to play Marcus
Phoenix.
Is that it? Marcus Phoenix? Yeah.
I think it's Marcus Phoenix. I haven't played it in a long time.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, he fits the build for sure. I have one question I'm seeing in the chat that's live right now from Heezy Media. Shout out to you, baby.
Shout out.
You could only save one. Brownies, cake, pie, or cookies.
Tom can answer this one for me.
It's pie for Corey.
That's not even a close contest. First of all, don't like cake. Brownies, what are brownies but smaller pieces of chocolate cake? And cookies are just disc cakes with extra stuff in them. Pie.
I think I need to really go into more pies, and I've was in that realm for a little bit.
Yeah.
But right now I would have to say my answer is probably cookies. Cookie Crisp for sure.
All right.
Cereal.
Cookies would be my second choice out of all those.
I love a good cookie, I would say. And how much time we got? We got time for one or two more questions?
We got 10 more minutes.
Oh, 10 more minutes? Okay, let's do
Easy says Corey and I were homies until he dissed brownies by saying they are cake. They are. I mean, like at a baking level,
beef.
It's cake. Scientifically, they're cake.
Ooh, okay. Let me look this one up real quick just so I can get my memory straight about it. But this is from Thomas Rio.
I love brownies. I do. I will not eat cake, and I will eat brownies. I'll put it that way. Like I straight up will go to parties and pass on cake because I don't like cake, unless it's ice cream cake. There's the exception, but I'm eating it mostly for the ice cream. But brownies, I have made dark chocolate brownies where I put a full Reese's peanut butter cup in the middle. Heaven. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Just responding to the chat.
You're good. This question here, Thomas Rio. The 13th Warrior, classic or cult classic?
Is that Keanu?
No.
13th Warrior.
13 Warriors with Antonio Banderas. Do you remember this movie?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm looking it up real quick. I just did like a little Google search. The budget for the film was up to $160 million. And it only grossed $61.7 million. To me, by that count, the fact that I watched it so much on either Sci-Fi or USA, it's a cult classic. It's a cult classic.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's a classic.
I
It's
know
not.
it, but I have not seen it.
So, The 13th Warrior is a 1999 American historical fiction action film based on Michael Crichton's. Is that how I'm pronouncing it? Crichton? Christian?
I don't know. Call up the Steves.
1976 novel Eaters of the Dead, which is a loose adaptation of the tale of Beowulf combined with Ahmad ibn Fadian's historical account of the Volga Vikings. It stars Antonio Banderas as Ahmad ibn Fadian, as well as Diane Venora as Omar Sharif. It was directed by John McTiernan. Yeah. All, it has some star power. It's got some director power. But it's wild to think. Because I remember it was like the 13th son of the 13th son or something like that. Or was that the 7th son? 13th war is different. But anyways.
I was thinking 47 Ronin.
Just wrong.
When I said Keanu, just all these numbers,
Just
It's
so
a 7
wrong.
in.
Ooh. Oh, hey, look, we have astronaut Isaac in the chat. What is Brownie's relation to the cookie cake?
The cookie
Corey.
cake? What is the
Yeah.
cookie cake? Is that where
I
the
don't know,
cookies are baked in like a
I don't know. You just got beef with all the other God bless
Pyrex?
foods.
Is that where the cookies are baked in a Pyrex? So they're
Let me see. Cookie cake. A cookie cake is Wikipedia.
oh, that's like a pizookie.
Oh, I love those.
That's
They're
just a hot
so
cookie with ice cream. There's nothing special about it. It's a giant cookie. It's just a cookie.
You need better brownies, as he's me to say.
I know. He said I'm gonna have my wife make Corey brownies and pay an exorbitant amount of money to mail them a few hours.
I'm with all these. A giant cookie served like a cake.
It's just a giant cookie. I feel no different about a giant cookie served as a cake than I do. In fact, I'm gonna piss off everyone. It upsets me that it's that large. It's too big. And when I eat a cookie, I want it to be a cookie. I also don't like.
How big are those cookies? Look at that shit.
I'm like holding it on either side. You know what I mean? The cookie I ate today was the largest cookie I'm willing to eat. I think. I also don't like brownie shaped cookies. It's too much cake.
I'm all about. I love cookies. Small, big. I don't really like when they're really crunchy. I like when they're soft and gooey. Anyways, I see a question from Black Diablo Mamba.
Yeah.
John. Okay, question. John Wick is right behind you. What do you do to save yourself? No, you can't bring back his wife or give him another dog.
You don't.
You don't save yourself
with the pencil. A fucking pencil. I don't think you can. It's a Baba Yaga.
What do I do to save myself?
Brookie. That's what it's called. That's the cookie shaped like a brownie, a brookie.
For John Wick, I can't give him another. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't think you got nothing.
Yeah, I'm done, man. I'm just like, hey, man, you good? Like that's it. If I can't do anything, then what? Run.
I'm just gonna start yelling
me.
sanctuary.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
sanctuary.
Excommunicado. What am I gonna do?
I don't want no trouble.
How much you got? One more question?
One more, yeah. There's Gamer Fuji's got one in the chat
Yeah,
here.
we got one. Okay, cool.
Would you rather listen to one song on repeat for an entire day or watch one movie on repeat for an entire day? Movie. First of all, that is far less listens per minute or repeats per minute in a movie than there is in a song, right? Because you're talking about like you're only watching the same thing maybe once every 2 hours, whereas a song is once every couple minutes. And within songs themselves, there's repeats. So you're probably hearing that chorus 1,000 times by the time you've heard the end of the day. So movie for sure, but also because I've done it. Watch the same movie on repeat on it for a day. And I'm not upset about it. And it's Lord of the Rings.
Julie, what makes you think I haven't done both? That's the thing where it's like, well, shit. I mean, the thing is, we get really sad and depressed. You listen to the same song, or if you're really happy, and you're just really vibing with the song. You play that. I'm that kind of person that like when I find a new song and I really like it, all day. I play it all day.
When I lived in New York, I had Fight Club on repeat, nonstop.
I mean, and
Oh,
I see
I think my internet just dropped.
Uh-oh. You're hosting it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's coming back.
Okay.
It's back.
And I'm just gonna say Heezy Media said it in the chat. Yeah, I could just watch the Snyder Cut like 4 times and it'd be done. So I mean for the
Same thing with Lord of the Rings. Watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it. 24
so
divided by 4.
If I had to choose, probably a movie. Yeah, I'd probably a movie. Is that also I love that Julie has a little emoji. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's my answer. So movie for Corey, a movie for me.
Yeah.
And we already spoiled what movies we'd probably watch because they're both 3 hours or longer, which makes it easy for us.
Yep. Makes it extremely easy.
Yeah. But thank you everyone for providing questions, baby.
Yeah. This has been great.
We still have maybe like 8 more questions send
them on in nerdon.tv/questions. I just noticed my light fell down before the show started too. So
Corey's got so much going on.
This, all pink back here.
Corey's got so much going on.
It's supposed to look like that, So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Sing us out, Corey.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining. I'm not gonna pitch and sell everything. Y'all know what it is. Join our Discord, join our Patreon. We'll catch y'all when Josh is back. You got a few more with me left before I'm Papa Corn, Papa Powers, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. So yeah, y'all know the drill. As always, nerd on.